Hey everyone, welcome back to Colourful Indian. I hope that you've been having a wonderful week. Today I want to do my review on the Fruity Realm palette by It's Belle Cosmetics. They did send this to me and I'm really thankful to be able to try this. This is an all matte palette and I do want to show you how the shades look on my skin tone. So if you're interested in that, then stay tuned. But first of all, I want to open the product up and show you what it looks like. So you can see that this is, how the palette looks like, and this is what it looks like at the back. It's got all the ingredients and it shows you the shades that are inside as well. It has a sleeve cover, so you just pull that off like that, and this is what it looks like. Again, it's the same thing right here at the back. So we're going to just open that and I'll show you the stunning colors inside. They do have a plastic thing there for protection, and these are the shades. Oh my goodness. So these are looking absolutely gorgeous. First of all, they're so vibrant and so, I don't know, I just feel like these look like almost neon shades. They're so pretty. So I want to create a look using all 9 shades on my face, and we're going to do that right now. So stay tuned. Before we do that, I want to just share a comment that has touched my heart. Thank you so much for dropping this comment. I truly appreciate it. And I look forward to hearing more from you guys. I just wanted to show you a few of the other It's Belle products that I have before we do it. I have 2 lipsticks. So one is a red and the other is like a brown. So I'm most likely going to be like using these, to kind of like decide what shade to go for, because obviously I don't want the red and the brown to clash with like whatever look it is that I am creating. This is the blush palette that I have talked about. I've mentioned it in some of my other videos and I really love it. It has 6 colors and it's a very intense blush. You don't really need a lot of it to get a good payoff of color. I still have not gone through all the shades, but I just love the fact that they're all available over here. So today I think I'm going to try a new shade. Usually I stick with like this pink over here, and that's this one over here, and I did try that orange, and there are 4 shades in here that I have never ever tried before. So I think I do want to tap into like one of the new shades today, probably Mi Gustas, which is like a pink, and it looks really pretty. And I thought that if I felt like the matte shades were not enough, then I thought I would actually go into this palette, which is the Break the Rules palette. It is a fully duochrome shade palette, and the shades look gorgeous. Never tried all the shades from here either, which is so shameful and sad, but I do like this one over here saying Stay Radical. It's kind of like a orangey pink kind of thing, and I do like that. So I'm thinking if I make the decision to add duochromes, we're probably going to go in with that. And one other palette that I have never touched before, also pretty sad, is this. This is really a stunning palette. Like, look at this. This is called It's Cool Summer by the same brand. It's so gorgeous and I'm dying to do a look with this. I think that I will be doing one very soon with this because I'm just obsessed with the way those duochromes are looking. I'm going to start with the shade Concord Grapes. It is like this really deep green. It's like this, kind of like a bluey green, very deep shade, but it looks nice. And I'm just going to tap off that excess. Just make a outline onto my base. I did base, as you can probably see, that's the base. So the week has not really been a very easy week for me. Very challenging, and yeah, I was just really not in a good place this week. I think maybe it's just a lot of things coming together and I felt quite overwhelmed. But the good thing is that, I still managed to like do my makeup videos and everything, which I'm pretty happy about. I'm hoping that there's change really that's going to be happening in my life soon. Like I really want to get a job and stuff, and I feel like that's probably going to be like huge for me. So for those of you who don't know, I'm actually in the green card process, and it can become so it can really become very exhausting, honestly. The green card process, I feel like it's so hard on people sometimes. And the thing about the green card process, and I was just discussing this with one of my cousins, was that I was saying there's really like there's pros and cons to it. Like sometimes people enter the US obviously in different ways. Like some people come here and they study. For me, obviously, it was by marriage. And honestly, the green card process is so tiring sometimes. One of the cons, I think, of doing it the way I've done it is that I literally cannot go back to India until this whole process is complete. And it really becomes very challenging on some days because, I obviously do want to go home. So that being said, yeah. It was a hard week. definitely a hard week, but there's actually a lot of good news too. Like, I have a background in, counseling. That's mental health counseling, and for a while I really thought that, that was over for me, because of the way things are in the US. Like, there are a few things that are a bit crazy. So when I say that, what I mean is that there were some laws that were actually changed, and I thought that my career was pretty much done, but actually that's not the case, and there's actually a chance. So now I'm basically studying. Like, I'm gonna be studying again, so I'm going back to college. So I'm gonna be doing it as a, oh, look at that, these colors are looking so freaking gorgeous. I'll be honest, I really love these colors. So yeah, as I was saying, I'm gonna be a student. I really don't, I kind of am looking forward to it, and I'm pretty excited about it. It's really fascinating because in Malaysia what happens is they, like when you're doing a master's in counseling, they separate the clinical side from the counseling side. So you basically don't actually have a class using the DSM-5, which is what, a lot of people use, which is basically what's used to like diagnose illnesses and stuff. And I never actually did a class on this, and over here in the US it's actually not separated, it is together. So basically what's going to be happening now is I will be learning about this. Like, I will be going back and I will be doing a course on how to use the DSM-5, and then I will be learning about psychopathology. So I'm actually pretty interested in this because I really loved that those particular classes. Like, even when I was doing it, like when I did it, it was called abnormal psychology for my bachelor's. So yeah, it's basically like an extension of abnormal psychology, and I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, so I'm looking at my eye. It's looking very vibrant, isn't it? I think I need to fill in that space, and I'm really wondering, like, how do I do this, because this look is reminding me a lot of the look that I did from Nomad Cosmetics. I did something very similar, and then I cut a crease, but I don't really know how to cut a crease today, so I'm wondering if I should just put like the yellow here and then kind of like fill in the rest of the shades. Let's see how the yellow shows up. Okay, so we kind of have like a yellow blending into the green and blue at the moment. Yeah, I think that I'm going to need to probably add some shades over here, which I wasn't really thinking about as I was talking to you, but yeah, that's basically what's happening. I need to just complete a few more courses really, and then I'm going to see, how to cross that next bridge. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go in with like the shade Papaya, which is like a really bright orange. Sorry, I've actually forgot to show you the shades as I was working, but yeah, I'm gonna be tapping Papaya like right over here on my eye. Let's see how this works. I did go over this with my my NYX base because I wanted the shades to basically stick more, and you know how that NYX base works. It's really fantastic when it comes to like any makeup really. Probably the best for like shimmers and stuff, but I don't mind it when it's, for like mattes either. Okay, so the next shade I'm using is Guava. That's pink. I'm gonna tap some of that here. I do like the shade. Honestly, when you put a base on, I feel like life becomes so much easier. I can't go through like, I just feel like I can't do makeup anymore without using a base, because it's really just simplified the entire process for me. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the shade Plum, which is a purple, so a deeper shade, and we're just taking that outwards, towards that blue. Being a bit careful as I go towards that blue because I don't really want it to spoil the look. Yeah, so you can see the vibrancy of the colors. I actually really like this. I feel like I'm looking like a parrot or something. Not that I mind. I mean, winter has been so long. I am honestly looking forward to the summer months, and I grew up in a place where it was summer all year round, so I love color at any time of the year. I don't strictly follow like the assigned colors, I suppose, and themes, but it's also fun to have themes. So I do understand that like it makes it more special when you're coming into certain seasons and there's certain colors and things that you want to use during that time. So yeah, like going through fall, I think, was definitely one of my favorite things. I was just so happy with that. Alright, so here we have this pink. Okay, I've actually used all 9 shades on my eyes. Not bad. I was actually hoping to do that. Hey everyone, okay, so this is what the eyes are looking like at the moment. I think that I'm definitely going to need to go in with a shimmer, and I'm going to probably take one from the palette that I just showed you, which is Break the Rules. But I did want to show you something interesting that I noticed. So I'm just going to come in. This is the eye over here with the NYX Multitasker Mixing Medium, and this is the one which just has the Angel Eyes Eye Primer. And from what I can see, using the NYX actually kind of like made the shade slightly brighter. I would say that this is really one of the cool things about using different bases. You learn like what actually works for your face and what doesn't. So clearly like this one really makes this so much brighter. I can see it. It's a little bit brighter. It's not like so much brighter, but it definitely is brighter, and it really is because I put this, over there just before I went in. With this eye, I actually only used the eye primer. I did not go over, with this at all. But what I did do is I actually added a third layer of this before I went in, because I put 2 layers of this and then I went in again with another layer to see if by making my base more white, the colors would be more vibrant. So obviously you can see that just from over here, the colors are showing up, but they are slightly less vibrant than the colors on this side. So I'm looking at these 2 shades at the moment. This is Stay Radical, and this one is this one over here is the Bold shade. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go in with Bold, and I'll tell you why. Bold over here has kind of like a pink orange kind of shift going on there, and I feel like since my eyes are going from orange to pink, that would probably be the best transition of color. So we're gonna do that one. So that's the eye. Let's just go in. Oh wow, yeah. So this is the hot pink and the way that it's basically showing up. I hope that the orange kind of comes through too, because obviously I do kind of want an orange shift. Just a bit like that. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that's exactly what I needed. Alright, so this is basically the finished look. I went in with the blush palette as I told you. I used that pink shade in here, and then I also used some lipsticks. So I will say something. I think that maybe I was a bit too adventurous. I think I should have just kind of stuck with like either a cool tone or a warm tone. I'm not like the happiest with the way that this look turned out. So that's the shade that I use for my blush. I feel like maybe it definitely could have been better, but I do actually like the combination of the matte shades with, the duochrome shades and stuff, which tells me that the Fruity Realm palette can definitely be used, with other palettes that have come out from It's Belle Cosmetics, and that's a really good thing. So formula-wise, the mattes definitely worked. They showed up on my eyes pretty easily. I felt like the formula is definitely a little bit more chalky, but I was kind of expecting that because neon shades tend to have like, a bit of a more chalky consistency, and getting that, matte formula to be super like strong can be challenging, but these actually performed pretty well. And I kind of felt like they showed up beautifully on my skin. I did feel that with the NYX Mixing Medium, the formula was definitely brighter, and it was a bit more consistent. So I do think that the base that you use will definitely have a strong influence, on like how your look turns out. I think that if I had not gone in with any base, I'm not really sure that these colors would have necessarily shown up as vibrant as they are currently on my eyes. Okay, so I do feel that the mattes, especially the blue and the greens, which you can see on top of my eyes, I feel like that's very much on par with Nomad Cosmetics. They had that palette that came out, Paradise Islands, and I had basically done the same thing. I had gone in with green, and then I had done my blues. I feel like the blues have kind of like blended in with the greens at this point, so it kind of looks more greenish, like in the way that it's appearing on my eyes. I can see the blues, but it looks more like a greenish blue to me. So it kind of reminds me of that. And it kind of feels like it's on the same like kind of level, I think, in some ways. I think that the formula was different in the sense that it was just a bit more chalkier, but I think that all you have to do is really just tap your brush. And I think that, I'm definitely somebody who really just loves adding her duochromes. Like I really tried to like not, but then I think when I finished the look and I was looking at it, I felt like this really needs a pop. and I really want to add a pop. These are my first impressions of the Fruity Realm palette. I hope that it was helpful for you and that, you know, by seeing how the colors worked on my eyes, you got an idea of what to expect. I think if you're my skin tone or darker, you're definitely going to have to use a base. Without a base, the colors are just not going to be as vibrant. They really will not be as vibrant. So I would highly suggest getting a base and using that. And I would also suggest, you know, grabbing one of their duochrome palettes. They're amazing, and I love their blush palette too, so I kind of feel like it would just be so much more exciting with the duochromes and the mattes. That's my personal opinion. I absolutely love using their products, and I'm definitely going to be like playing around more because I'm actually really dying to get into my cool summer palette. I know it's not summer yet, but I love the color story in here, and I feel like the way she's paired the you know, duochromes and the matte shades, they're just so beautiful. She has put at the back of this over here, like that's the summer palette. She said that they're very creamy formulas, so you need to use a shimmer glue or a primer so that the pigment doesn't actually crease, and that's basically what I've been telling you guys, you know, like always use a base. And if you have oily eyelids, you know what is your friend. It is the NYX Multitasker Medium. This is really an amazing thing. Your eyelids will not crease when you're using that, and that's why I always use it whenever I go in with any duochrome shade now. So yeah, thank you for joining me today. I'll see you very soon for another video. Lots of love.